Well, hello, Jose. How are you? Here we are going to present you the Rebel work. And our group is conformed by Juan Delgado and me. So we're going to start by the definitions of a rebel.
Okay, Jose. So first, the first definition we could notice about Camus describing a rebel is that a rebel must be able to accept and find the absurdity and the representable world. Also, it will be something, an universe in which he has hope in it.
Also, Jose, they say that someone that says no, but whose refusal doesn't imply a renunciation. This means, like for example, someone tells him to do something that he wants to do, but he refuses because something that he doesn't agree with, but this doesn't imply that he's going to leave it behind. But in other ways, he's going like to find another path in order to get what he wants. He also is a man who says yes from the moment he makes his first gesture of rebellion.
Okay, so also a rebel is someone who tries to conserve dignity and morality for the humans in their capacities, also by searching or fighting for liberty.
And last one, we have that the rebel is a warrior who wants human freedom in preserving dignity of human life and the law of moderation inside the limits of his capacity as a man. So these are basically the definitions that we suppose that are concrete about a rebel, that a rebel has to have.
Okay, so we find two great movies. The first one is Trainspotting, the one released in 1996, and the director was Danny Boyle, and also Taxi Driver, that it was released in the 1976, directed by Martin Scorsese. I'm gonna explain Trainspotting, and my partner Soto is gonna explain Taxi Driver. Okay, so first, Trainspotting is a British black comedy film directed by Danny Boyle, and is based on the 1993 novel of the same title by Irvine Welsh. And the movie was released in the UK on the 23rd of February 1996. Also, the Academy Award nominated screenplay by John Hodge follows a group of heroin addicts in an economically depressed area of Edinburgh and their passage through life. Beyond drug addiction, other themes in the film included an exploration of the urban poverty and squalor in Edinburgh. So, um, in Trainspotting, the main character is Renton, the man you could see at the left. So he's a rebel. He's the main rebel of the movie because, well, comparing it to Camus' characteristics, he is a rebel inside the movie, but not the rebel Camus describes. This is because Renton somehow abandons all the possibilities and opportunities, so to speak, that society gives him. And if this agrees with Camus' philosophy, since Renton uses heroin as a way to get away um, of all his problems and extract himself from society. The difference between Camus, Rebel, and Renton is that Camus walks away through philosophy, but Renton walks away through vice. Renton reveals himself for the same reason as Camus, but he does it in a way completely different. Um, Camus also tells Renton that yes, he is a rebel, but you don't but he actually doesn't meet the definition of a rebel because he uses narcotics to find purpose for life but at the same time you are a slave of your desires, when Camus' characteristic of a rebel shouldn't be. So next, Soto is going to explain Taxi Driver.
Okay, Jose. So basically, I'm going to like talk about what happens in the movie. Here I have my notes. So Taxi Driver basically involves a man who has like no purpose on life. He feels really alone, and throughout the story, throughout this movie, he has some problems to sleep. He has insomnia. So then he gets like a taxi job. So he drives cab, and on this cab, he he drives in the night, lately in the night, through the morning, and he realizes that the society is in a place in which there are many bad things. That, for example, there are whores and all this stuff, drug addicts and people who rob. So he like it makes a stop on his thinking and realizes that society is in a bad mood. Well, then throughout the story, he finds out and he gets to know this girl named Betsy, which he fell in love with her, and he starts like to stalk her, but he finds a way like to invite her to go out. But what happens with Travis is that he loved to go to the cinema, but to watch not normal movies, but to watch like porn movies. And he was not interested in like the way that the of like the porn. He was not looking at these movies like for the porn, but he was trying to feel something. So then after he gets to know this girl Betsy, he takes her to these movies, and then she really don't likes this and like leaves him. Well, so here in this point, Travis like gets really down and he like finds no purpose in life. He starts to feel really sad and and down and all this stuff. So he like has a decadencia. So we have Charles Vanton, that is the like a politician which Betsy worked for, like to give propaganda to him and all this stuff. And he talks to Travis and he says to him like he has to um, like to have a purpose in life because he can't go throughout life with no purpose. So he invites him to like make a reconstruction of society by killing or going to jail to all these people that he considers bad, that are the whores and the proxenetas and all these people who rob. Jose, then we have throughout the movie in his cab, we have two main persons that change like marked his life in the movie. Well, so there is this girl that he almost crashed on his cab. That is Iris. That is a whore, a prostitute. But I'm going to explain what happens to her later. So he finds this man that goes on the cab and tells him, for example, that that he was going to kill his wife due to the problem that he was not loving her and he was hanging with another man. And Travis like does not try to change his mind or all this stuff, but he just doesn't care and he feels identified with this because he felt like Betsy like betrayed him like this way, so he doesn't judge. So then throughout the story, with all this thinking that Travis has, he finds like a purpose, which is basically that he is going to kill Charles, who is the man who Betsy used to work for, the politician. because he thought that in this way he could like break this trial of Betsy and like give revenge to what she did to him. So well, he engaged in this path. So he changed his clothes, his mind, and like taking the mood of the bad guy who is going to make a bad thing just to be known. And yes, so he goes to kill him, but he couldn't, and they discovered him, and then he ran away. And in this part of the movie, we can see that he like takes a thinking of about this girl that I told you before, Iris, who is the whole who which he has a talk with, and she like says to him that he couldn't judge her because he had no purpose in life. So he like gives an introspective thinking of what his life is and what is happening in, and then he goes like to save her. So he didn't wanted her to stay in the path in which she consisted in being a whore and to earn money by those ways and those methods. So he starts killing all the people that won't live her like a normal life. Well, at the end, Jose, he kills the proxeneta who owned Iris, and well, all these guys that are involved that didn't wanted him to take Iris. And well, then after killing all these people and saving Iris, he likes want to suicide, but he has no bullets left. So the police comes in, and well, he gets to jail. But on the newspaper, what happens is that people see him as like if he was a hero, like if he killed all these bad people and he need to get rewarded. But we know that he in his inside he didn't did that just to make a good thing, but he did it for other purposes. And well, then he gets out of jail. And the last person that goes on his cap was Betsy again. And well, like that, there, that is the finish of the movie. So Jose, I basically think that this Travis, played by Robert De Niro, has a really relationship with like a rebel, because he in his really inside he wants like to change people, to change society, and to give like some dignity and some valores to what the society is now, because they are disappearing. And he has, yes, he like he throughout the movie lives in a way that he knows that life has no purpose, but he's like in a kind of okay with it, in a relationship with he has no problem, and he like accepts it, but he either way he tries to change everything, and that is why he makes all these kind of protest, I can say, but not in a huge level, but in an inside level, which help him to be in peace with himself, let's say. So he isn't a rebel, I think, in a in a known way, like people get to know him because he changed really big things. No, but he changed his personal path. So that's it, Jose. Thank you very much. We
For your
hope you like
attention, Jose.
it, and you like entender with our English. Love you, man.
Bye, Jose. Thanks.
Bye, Jose.